Good day everyone. Today I will be discussing chapter 31, alternating current. This chapter is very important because most of the electrical energy we use in our homes, schools, and industries operates using alternating current instead of direct current. Before, we focused mainly on DC currents or with the current flows in one direction. So, in this chapter, we will explore how current and voltage change continuously with time, how different circuits elements behave under AC conditions, and how AC circuits are analyzed using phasors, reactance, impedance, and resonance. But before that, we have here our learning goals. After completing this lesson, we should be able to understand the phasors represent sinusoidal, varying quantities, and describe voltage and current using reactance, and also analyze L to R to C circuits, all the inductance to resistance to capacitance series circuits with different frequencies, and also understand power flow in AC circuits, and also explain how transformers work and why they are useful. Introduction to alternating current. So it is an important real-world example of alternating current is found in radios or those radio appliances that involves radio waves. So these waves coming from a broadcasting nation or station produce an alternating current in a radio circuit. By tuning the radio, we select a particular frequency, which this raises important questions. How does AC differ from DC? And how do resistors, capacitors, and inductors behave when the voltage varies sinusoidally? These questions will be answered throughout this chapter. AC sources, which is the most modern power distribution systems, use alternating current. Every appliance that we plug into a wall outlet uses AC. An AC source supplies a sinusoidal varying voltage, meaning the voltage continuously increases and decreases in a smooth wave-like pattern. And also, for the AC voltage and the current, AC sources and currents is a sinusoidal voltage is given by this formula. It will be flashed on the screen. So it is where the V times the, it is the instantaneous voltage is equal to the voltage sine frequency times the time. So we have here the phasor diagrams. So to make AC analysis easier, we use phasors. So a phasor it is a rotating vector that represents a sinusoidal quantity. The length of the vector corresponds to the amplitude, and its rotation represents the time variation. Phasors allows us to easily compare the phase relationship between the voltage and the current. So now let's proceed with the root mean square values, or the RMS. So since AC voltage and current continuously change, we use root mean square RMS values to represent their effective magnitude. So these are the steps to find RMS. The square the instantaneous value. Second is define the average. And third is take the square root. So, and resistor in an AC current. So, when a resistor is connected to an AC source, the voltage and the current are in phase. For the important points, resistance does not depend on frequency, and voltage and current peak at the same time, and power is always positive. Inductor in an AC circuit. For an inductor, the voltage leads the current by 90 degree. So where where it has a formula of XL, or the increases with frequency, is equal to the higher frequency, which is the X or the WL. And also it has this relation between the V is equal to the current XL, or the V, the volts, is equal to the current times the increases with frequency. And also for the capacitor in an AC circuit is that for a capacitor, the current leads the voltage by 90 degree. And also it has a capacitive reactance, which is equal to 1 over the capacitor's frequency. So as you can see here, we have here the comparison slide. So a resistance, independent resistance, or the R, is independent of frequency, while the inductive reactance XL increases with frequency, and the capacitive reactance, which is the XC, decreases with frequency. So this explains why different components respond differently to AC signals. For the application of this is that the loudspeaker. So in loudspeakers, inductors direct low frequencies to the woofer. What is the woofer? Woofer, it is something that can be found in a speaker, in which it is used to somehow amplify the sound of a radio or the speaker itself. And also capacitors. So capacitors direct high frequencies to the tweeter. This frequency filtering improves sound quality. Now, we have the L to R to C series circuit. So, or also known as the inductance to resistance to capacitance series circuit. So, when R, L, and C are connected in series, impedance formula is Z is equal to the square root of the resistance squared plus the open parenthesis of the XL minus the XC close parenthesis squared. Current amplitude is equal to the V over the Z, which the impedance represents the total opposition to AC. So for the bioelectric impedance, we have here for the application of that it is used to analyze or for the analysis uses AC to measure body composition, like fat and water affect impedance differently, allowing medical instruments to estimate body fat percentage. So that is the purpose of the bioelectric impedance when it comes to medical purposes, in which it was used for the fat and also for the water affect the impedance differently. Okay, so for the power in AC circuits, we have here the resistor. The resistor, which has the voltage and the current in phase, and also for the average power in positive. And for the inductor, we have here the average power is 0. And also for the capacitor, we have the average power is 0. General power formula, which is the P average, is equal to, or the power average is equal to the VRMS and the IRMS cosine theta, where theta is the phase angle and the cosine theta is the power factor. For a pure resistor, cosine theta is equal to 1. And also for the resonance and AC current is equal to the XL is equal to XC, in which the XL is for the length and also for the XC is for the capacitance. Transformers. For transformers are devices that change AC voltage levels. For the voltage ratio formula, we have here the voltage sub 2 over the voltage sub 1 is equal to the N sub 2 over the N sub 1. For the step-up transformer, N2 is greater than N1. While for the step-down transformer, N2 is lesser than N1. Transformers allow efficient power transmission over long distances.